you wouldn't think that this came out of a box wedge. Boiler wood. If you've been around firewood, you may have heard this phrase, boiler wood. Some people will describe big, gnarly, knotty, unsplit pieces of wood as boiler wood. For me, boiler wood is split firewood that has seasoned, but maybe is split a little bit larger than, say, bundle wood. But for me, and this again is my personal preference, for me, the wood I put in my boiler, I prefer it to be seasoned, and to season wood, it needs to be split. That's right, split wood seasons, round wood rots. Now, when it comes to boiler wood, you may not think of a box wedge as being able to make boiler wood. Typically, box wedges are wedges that make square pieces of wood, maybe 3.5, 4 inches, kind of like that bundle size, kind of made, split for perfect for maybe fireplaces, wood stoves. But you wouldn't necessarily maybe think of boiler wood coming off of a box wedge. Well, today, if that's your thought, I am going to change it, thanks to the Eastonmade 37D with the 5-way, what I'm calling boiler wood box wedge. So I am going to back the trailer in like many of you suggested, to run wood into the trailer. I'm going to get the trailer in place and then we will get working on, I got a little pallet of some oak over here that we will split up using this 5-way box wedge. Now you might be thinking that the 4-way wedge does the same thing, but one of the big advantages that I've already seen with this box wedge, making bigger split boiler wood, one of the big advantages is this. the pullback arm. Taking the actual physical moving of the wood for resplitting out of the equation is a game changer. All you have to do is push those levers, it splits the wood, and then the wood that needs to be resplit or split again comes right back, drops in place, and push the levers again, and through the wedge it goes. Much better than the 4-way and manually moving the wood around to resplit it. My thoughts on the 5-way boiler wood box wedge. Wow. I mentioned it earlier, one of the biggest things is just the advantage of not having to manhandle the splits and for the resplits. Like when you use a 4-way, if you have a bigger piece and you get your first push through and you set your wedge to where your bottom pieces are say 5 inches, then you have your top 2 halves that you have to manually pull back, and if they're split, you have to set one aside and then split the other one. This makes it so much easier. Oh my God. Andrew, Eastonmade, you guys, you have hit it out of the park. If you are looking for bigger split firewood, even if not for boiler, just bigger split wood, oh my God. That 5-way wedge, yeah, amazing. And it's, you might be wondering why it's the 5-way. I was kind of curious about this as well. So you've got your 3 wedges. So you have, technically you have 1, 2, 3, 4 splits, and then your top split is your 5th. But for the most part, these 2 main wedges right there, the main part of that box wedge, that was just making some beautiful firewood. I mean, this stuff is, like, look at this piece, this right here. You know, sometimes how I would, I'd split what I like to call the fat slabs. Check it out. Look at that piece right there. Just what I am looking for my boiler. Now this stuff is going to go into the woodshed and season for 2 years, but there again, look at this piece. You wouldn't think that this came out of a box wedge. Look at some of these other pieces. Another nice right here, another nice fat slab. Now, you are going to get some of those outer splits that, you know, are smaller, but guess what? This right here is perfect bundle wood. So I can separate out these smaller pieces. I will have a little sorting to do, but for the most part, I mean, that is looking good. So I have a bunch of this oak to split up to restock that part of the woodshed that's going to sit for 2 years. And I think I found what I'm going to be using to split the rest of this oak up. So the 5-way box wedge, what I'm going to be calling the boiler wood box wedge, great size splits, perfect for seasoning and burning in something like an outdoor wood boiler or even a wood stove. If you want those bigger overnighters, the splits coming off this were perfect for that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.